6 is 64 squared.
Whoa.
I just know these things.
Hey guys, what's going on? Third Street Reactions here. We're back. I'm Shane.
Zach.
We're back with Batman, the animated series, season 1, episode 45. So Zach, you were here last time, unfortunately, but it was a cool episode. I think you would have liked it because Batman, he was investigating, they called it the Society of Shadows.
Okay.
And I thought, and correctly, I assumed it was the League of Shadows. I think League just sounds cooler.
Yeah, I agree.
So was it always the Society of Shadows?
That's something I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. My first experience was Batman Begins, and I loved it.
League of Shadows, yeah.
Yeah, so he always had a background training in Japan, and the idea... I mean, like I said, I don't know. I mean, I think John and Chris Nolan just combined his...
Well, they probably just pulled from a lot of different source material.
Or that, yeah. But the League and his training in Japan was combined into one for the movies. I think in the animated show, I think it's separate. But he meets Talia, so I was just sussy of her immediately. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
But she, yeah, she was kind of like, okay, what's happening?
Do you know much about the lore there between him and Talia?
Well, I think they have a kid at one point, don't they?
Damien.
Damien, yeah. Yep. Your dad's name.
Dad.
Your dad's name.
I'm the grandson. I'm grandson of the Batman.
You are. You are.
His son went on to become a farmer.
Yeah.
Retired from the life.
But they have a kind of a temporary alliance because I think it's kind of clear that she has her own goals, but they help each other survive. And there's this bad guy in it named Vertigo, and he had this little patch over his eye, and he shot this. I mean, the episode was called Vertigo too, I think. Or no, it was called. It was a weird name. It just basically made you really discombobulated. Like you were like, whoa, and then the animation was actually really good for it. It made me dizzy. It made me dizzy. And I was looking at the production notes in the post talk, and they actually went through a lot of different phases of trying to decide what looked best and everything else for the effect. But it didn't work on Talia at first because she has these contact lenses in. But then they get knocked out or something like that. Talia was trying to steal this weapon from Wayne Enterprise. It's like a sonic drill, which in my opinion is less cool than the Vertigo thing. I mean, in a modern world, there's a lot of practical uses to it. It's like this huge gun thing, and then it charges and it literally like shoots a hole. Like it vibrates the ground, and the ground starts to break apart and make holes. So she wanted to steal that for her dad, and then what happened is she ended up betraying Batman. Talia was talking to him on a helicopter, and her dad, Roz, they didn't say Roz or Raish, so they just said it was her dad. Give me a little experimental test run. So she shoots at this mountain, and it just blows up. A demonstration, yes. And it just blows up in her hand. Oh, Batman, you betrayed us, or something like that. I was like, you betrayed him, and that was the end, pretty much. Yeah. But Vertigo was like this German guy, blonde hair. He had a strong German accent. I think you would have appreciated him. He's a funny. Oh, it's Batman!
Well, so was he predominant through the whole episode, or just in part of it?
Well, they had a lot of wheel spinning. That's why I like the episode so much, because they had him and her.
Also, he was with her.
Batman was with Talia, and Talia was trying to steal it, but Batman didn't know that.
Yeah.
She was just kind of there.
The German guy was working with Talia.
No, the German guy wasn't.
He just wanted it for himself.
He just wanted it for himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as I think, yes. I'll tell you what, the League of Shadow guys, they didn't look very good either. They were fucking ninjas. They look like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like... I can't even tell you. They look like shitty-ass ninjas. And they had this thing where Batman captured... Batman had one or two of them, like, cornered, so they just kind of gestured towards each other. And they did this. They pushed this thing right underneath their, like, above their clavicle. And then this gas went up in their face. And it looked like it killed them. And if it wasn't a cartoon, they would have been dead. But Batman's like, yeah, they did this thing and secreted this gas and it erased their mind. I'm thinking, okay, so
yeah.
They didn't want
to.
Kind
of like when in Dragon Ball Z, back in the Ocean Edit days, I think, or maybe the early on, the
Ocean Dub,
I'm sorry, but in the very early edits of that, for American television, they didn't say you killed anybody. Like, I'll send you to the next world or something like that. Yeah, it was this very bad edit.
Well, it's weird. Like
Shrek, you're gonna die.
90s cartoons are the same way in America. Yeah. Like, destroy them.
Yeah.
They always said destroy.
Yeah. So. You didn't get we're gonna kill you.
Yeah.
You're gonna die. It was gonna send you to the next world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or you're going to meet your maker.
Yeah, things like that.
Yeah. So. Guys, before we jump into episode 45, if you want to support us, first say hi to Matt in the comments. Also, check us out on Patreon. We have full-length uncut reactions and up to 4 weeks early access. Let's jump in.
Jim Gordon. Seabass.
Yeah. Seabass and the others out for to pick up a check. Man, look at this guy's form.
It's a very slow jog.
Yeah. Look at his droopy ass face. He needs Botox or something.
That's funny. He's going to the ATM.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's a 500-pound gorilla sleep. What is this, some kind of joke?
You.
That would drive me up the wall. Have you seen, I think it's called Identity Thief? It has that one kind of heavyset girl and Jason Bateman. It's a comedy.
No.
It's funny.
Well, I know what you're talking
but
about.
oh my god, burns me up.
Good lord. We've got a computer vandal on our hands.
Computer vandal.
Kind of reminds me of The Dark Knight Rises at the stock market.
Why are you here?
Tell the whole story to the clerk when we get up there. If I live that long.
You'll just have to be patient. The computers are still down. How do you get 5 elephants into a compact car?
It sounds like a Riddler.
Yeah.
There he is.
What about the riddle? What about the riddle? What are the riddles?
Jeez. Fucking
Got his face.
laying right on his face.
Yeah.
We're doing everything we can. No more questions.
That man will be in here.
Mm-hmm. He's closing the blinds, though.
He's deleting all his files from every police database we can access. He's left no trace of any driver's license or social security number.
As if he never existed. But what about the hard copies of
Gordon here. Someone just delivered a crate downstairs with question marks painted on it. And it's ticking. Move it, people. Gordon's orders. We need this area cleared now.
Gordon's orders. Look at that fat fuck.
I know.
Both of them. Look at that guy. So Malachi beat the Arkham Knight, the last one, and Mel cried.
Really?
It's just a, yeah, it's incredible.
It's a hell of a crate to be delivered there.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Gently.
We need Nicolas Cage here.
What we've got here is a variation on the ancient Chinese puzzle box.
Can you solve it?
You're looking at the guy who solved the Baxter's box puzzle in 37 seconds. Of course, this time I don't have a sledgehammer.
I don't know the reference.
Maybe that he broke it open in 37 seconds.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, man?
Yeah, I was gonna say, these bomb guys got guns.
Some kind of threat?
More like an invitation.
That is a big fucking...
Yeah. It's a huge, I mean, that thing's gotta be like 3,000 pounds.
Curiosity killed the bat.
Were these the papers you wanted, Mr. Enigma?
Did you make certain these are the only existing copies? They better be. Any idea what these are?
That's what we were hoping you could tell us.
I've got other leads to follow. Meantime, I want you to search every inch of that mainframe.
And if you find anything unusual, inform me immediately.
Where does a 500-pound gorilla sleep? What's worse than a millipede with flat feet? And how do you get 5 elephants into a compact car?
Anywhere it walks. A giraffe with a sore throat, and 2 in the front seat, 2 in the back, and 1 in the trunk.
Yeah, I know. Any schoolboy knows those. Brain teasers
I
are
didn't.
riddlers.
I didn't.
Not corny old jokes like these.
Perhaps the questions are the clues, not the answers. For example, they all seem to involve animals.
Also numbers. Look,
DMV. Department of Motor Vehicles. But I recall you mentioning he'd already obliterated his records there, so why return them?
for the hard copy.
Why would he even give a clue to where he's gonna go?
It's a shtick. It's a game.
Yeah. Ooh. That would have hurt, actually.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Jesus. I'm shocked they were able to do that.
This big fucking goon.
Yeah.
Throwing license plates like they're goddamn batarangs.
Like ninja stars. Oh, come on. Don't be...
He's all gimped up, man.
Ah, well, I never was any good at parallel parking. And I'm not too clear on the laws about pedestrian right-of-way, either.
I feel like he would have been ran over by him.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Now, while you're disabling my van, you might wish to consider the effect of the imminent collision on the nitroglycerin inside.
Your message sounded urgent. Found something?
You bet yes, sir. It's a virtual reality program. Instead of using a keyboard or joystick, you put this puppy on and enter a whole computer-generated world and interact with everything in it as if it actually existed.
My son has one of those.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was that too. My dad's not that. He's got some kind of VR device, yeah. MetaQuest.
A pixel is worth 1,000 words. Care to try it, Commissioner? Sort of like playing a computer game from the inside, isn't it?
Amazing. It even feels real.
The military's been experimenting with virtual reality for combat simulation.
And what's Nigma doing with it?
Nothing now.
So why'd he want us to find it?
Good question, but there's no way to know till I go through all the files.
How many lines of files are there?
Yeah.
About 2 million.
Yeah.
2 million.
God damn! I hate this hacker crap. Check the where's Nedry? Check the vending machine.
What's one of the great backhanded lines ever? Check the vending machine. Ah, dude, that's not good at all.
Where'd the hose go?
What'd you say?
Where'd the hose go?
What hose?
The fucking fire hose.
I think, where all the hose at or some
Oh
shit?
no!
Cent. Red cent. Copper. It's made of copper.
Copper is another word for policeman.
And no tails would be heads. Police head. Quarters.
Bravo, sir. It does make sense.
And 4 quarters and 1 penny make 101 cents. Police headquarters, room 101.
Okay. I got the 101 immediately, but not the other stuff.
Who the fuck? Robin.
They're a little more thought out in the Arkham games.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that, Batman.
Virtual reality.
Quite so, Batman. And everything your commissioner is experiencing in here seems so real to him, it might as well be real.
Look how muscular he is.
Yeah, he's
To
pretty.
have that wide of shoulders?
Well, he might have fucking shoulder pads in his suit.
Why?
It's like a 90s thing, man.
I wouldn't do that.
80s and 90s, remember that?
Disconnecting Gordon would be fatal.
Not for a suit that looks like that. I mean, I know shoulder pads.
Yeah, they had the fucking pointed pads in the suits.
I don't remember that.
Get Gordon out alive, Batman. You'll have to come in here and get him.
The Riddler controls that world. You wouldn't last a minute.
We'll use these. They'll let me keep one ear in reality. So stay in touch.
It sounds too risky.
Yeah.
One door leads to a plane where kings and queens contend.
Suggestions, partner.
I'm working on it.
Maybe not that one.
Yeah. blatantly leading you to it.
It's freaky.
I don't want to get into the goddamn ring.
A pity you can't earn extra lives in this game. Quite an experience being riddled with questions, isn't it, Batman?
I see this red, I just think of, for some reason, Russia.
Batman, don't open that door. Crazy intent means loco voting.
You expect me to believe you planned that?
Crazy intent? How?
But you still haven't found the right.
I think I figured out the clue. The plane where kings and queens contend could mean a chessboard. Is there a door marked checkmate or black and white?
Wait a minute. There are 64 squares on a chessboard, right?
Yeah. So?
4096 is 64 squared.
Whoa.
I just know these things.
So if I see, in my brain would make me think that might be just a coincidence.
Yeah.
But what if my math's wrong? It's a Mario Galaxy level.
According to the rules, or it's the end of the day.
How can he move according to the rules if he is not one of the pieces?
I don't know. Those pawns can't move like that.
Wrong move, Batman.
The head floating around, taunting you.
Yeah, like Andros from Star Fox. It's like Squid Games.
Yep.
Man, wasn't that just like a riveting season of television?
How did how did that guy die again?
The chick. The chick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I would die like that to prove a point.
Obviously, you know.
I know there's one.
Enigma, what are you up to now? Why this?
That is for me to know and you to deduce, Dark Knight.
Don't look at me. I flunked Greek mythology, remember?
It didn't help me at all for Percy Jackson.
So you want to keep going past Taurus, then hang a sharp right at Andromeda. And that should put you right at the constellation Pegasus.
What did you get, Kevin Constance?
Welcome to Riddlerville, Batman.
Riddlerville.
Yeah.
Really?
Mixed up here, but I'm sure you can fix that.
No problemo, Batman. That's a Baxter's box. I can guide you through it and...
No searching from the peanut gallery. You have 1 minute, Batman. Then the clock strikes 2. No cheat.
Oh.
Nice try, Batman, but in my world, you play by my rules.
You may control this world, Enigma, but I still control myself.
The name is Riddler. Edward Nigma no longer exists. You might recall that he was once fired by an ungrateful employer. That was a private matter and should have remained one. But it would have been if you hadn't interfered and turned Nigma into a fugitive, so I deleted Nigma. Just like I'm about to delete you, Batman.
What do you think he's gonna fucking do? He's a nerd.
I know.
You can think of, we
I mean,
can know.
Tell me, Riddler, how can you split your focus in 32 directions and sustain the concentration it takes to keep your world together? You can't.
No.
But then if the planet were equitable, I'd still have my old job. No! No, not there! No!
He's just in there.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be funny?
It looked like he suffered some kind of attack, like a sensory overload or something.
But we'll never know for sure, because we'll never find him.
Oh no? Come on. I think he left us a clue. If the planet were equitable, I'd still have my old job.
Exposition? What?
Looks like he didn't escape his virtual reality in time.
You mean he's been trapped inside his own program?
Could be. And how to get him out may be a riddle no one can solve.
I'll tell you what, I enjoyed the hell out of watching that with you.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like awesome, but it was just enjoyable.
It was enjoyable,
Goofy.
it was funny, and you know.
It was goofy.
I could laugh at the goofy stuff, yeah. And it was like fun to laugh at it in a way that wasn't like tearing down the writing or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just a fun and funny episode. With a really dark ending. I'll tell you what, I don't know if I would take my kids through it or you, because I go back and forth on who would get the most out of it. In Doctor Who, there is well actually no, this was an older movie that I watched in the middle of the show's run for reasons I can't really explain. But you're watching an older Doctor, and there's a guy, his consciousness gets trapped in this stone ornament, and he's going to be locked in there for all eternity. And it was just fucking awful to think about. It just made me think of that for some reason.
It's like a villain that this has happened to?
It's like a villain that's happened to, yeah.
Okay.
I tell you, that show is like...
I think I remember that movie. When do you think that movie was made?
70s or 80s?
70s or 80s? Really?
I don't know. I mean, there was a Doctor Who...
I feel like there have been Doctor Who movies.
No. That might have been a 90s one. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was a 90s one because I was at one of my cousin's houses. And I say cousins, but these guys are a lot older than me.
Yeah.
But at least 10 to 15 years older than me.
Yeah, like my brother.
Yeah. And my dad and them were playing cards that night. So I was just hanging out in the living room. I was a kid.
Yeah.
And watching TV while they were playing cards, drinking, and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think it was a Doctor Who movie. Because I remember there being this ridiculous thing where he's like in this house. And the house is like, or something. And it's like traveling through time or some shit. Like it's really weird. But the way you described Doctor Who to me and the things I've seen since then, I'm like, that was a Doctor Who movie. And I didn't even know it. I was just sitting there watching the movie.
Well, there was a 90s one.
Because it was cable, so
But there was a bunch of ones before that.
Yeah.
I know I watched both. I can't remember, but the 90s
I
one...
feel like that's what it was. I remember there being something like that. A guy's consciousness being trapped in a fucking rock or something.
Okay, yeah, it might have been that, but you let us know if you guys know. I think
a statue or
I think there's
something.
so much
it was an inanimate object. I remember the guy talking, but it was a thing.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I
it
mean?
kind of ends with him being in there.
Yeah.
It is playing that ooh music.
Yeah, I think it's how. Yeah.
Okay, maybe it did. I mean, it's certainly in one of the movies. Yeah. But
I'm not gonna go back and fish through all of them. I can probably go back and read some synopsises or something.
Well, I know they wanted Tom Hanks to be the Doctor, but he didn't want to do it because he said that's if you get that wrong, then that's gonna be real bad.
It's a good thing that Epstein client list guy didn't make it on there. On that roster.
You're right. Was he on there?
Yeah.
He was?
I don't know if he went to the island.
Because there's like a ton of people who use this plane. Yeah.
I know.
Because I know
that's how he probably.
Because I know Chris Tucker, who I don't believe. I mean, I guess I have no way of knowing.
Yeah.
He, in one of his joke bits, he talked about Bill had a friend that we used to take their plane to go to, like, we went to Africa.
Yeah.
He took it to Africa. And Bill was trying to get his friend and, like, some president in Africa to do an impression of Bill. Hey, Chris, do me. He's like, I don't know. He's like, Tucker, you want to ride back? Like, the way he does the impression.
Yeah.
And then later on, he's like, yeah, that was Epstein's plane. I mean, I don't really know the guy. We just used his plane. I was there with Bill, and, we just went to Africa. And this is before the client list ever was a thing.
Yeah.
He came out and said it after Epstein got arrested.
Yeah.
I'm certain so many people use his plane.
Well, it's probably how he found and approached his clientele.
Yeah, it's how he got in with all these people. He said, hey, I'm rich, I get a private plane. Like, he hung out and went to all these dinners with all these billionaires and, like, scientists.
Yeah.
There's a scientist I listened to on a podcast. He said, yeah, Epstein was around a lot. He just always was trying to get buddy-buddy with everybody. It's
Just trying to rub shoulders.
Yeah, I think that's the word he used. He's trying to rub shoulders with everybody. I mean, the theory is also kind of like he was trying to make it so he had dirt on everybody. And there's also a theory that it was like a CIA thing, and the CIA wanted to make sure they had dirt on everyone in the world that they wanted to have dirt on, and they were just using him.
Yeah, but were that many people that targeted that weren't just celebrities?
Politicians.
Were there a lot of politicians, or just the only one I know is fucking Clinton.
People people in the royal family, like at least one Prince Andrew
I didn't hear about that. Yeah,
at least one was definitely on the island.
I mean, there were said to have gone there.
There were top scientists, top celebrities. I mean,
I know of Hawking.
Supposedly, yeah. I mean, Hawking seemed to certainly have been there, and
the fucking midgets.
Yeah,
man, that's
little people.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, it is. If you told me, like, Shane, you can have a threesome with a bunch of little people, like, I couldn't do it.
No, it'd be fucking weird because I'm sorry, I'm not attracted to little people.
I'm just not either. Yeah.
So
it's obviously a thing because that's why when everyone heard about it, oh, that's weird.
yeah,
you know what I mean? So don't pretend like it's not a thing. It's a thing.
It's a thing. Yeah.
I'm not saying these people should be treated any differently or should be made fun of. You know, I make a joke about them.
I'm just not attracted to them.
Just not attracted to them. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't.
You
know
couldn't
how,
put the tits and ass big enough for me to overcome the other things. The other limitations.
Yeah, I had to wonder. I had that conversation at work the other day with the boss. He didn't want to hear it, but I think probably because maybe he just knows it's true. I'm like, there has to be a woman on this planet in the right circumstances that you'd be tempted to cheat on your wife. I was telling him this.
On that plane?
No, just in general. But,
yeah.
You know, so I don't know that island was just all kids. You know, I'm sure they probably had like a fucking variety.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
Menu of what you can order and get there.
Yeah.
And it's probably just like a point. They probably don't have them stowed away underground. They just bring whoever there that they want to bring there.
Yeah.
For the occasion. But yeah, I mean, it's just they reach into dark places. And I've heard that about the CIA too. Jones he used to talk about that.
Yeah.
What they would do was, especially if you became like high level clearance and shit like that, they would find a way to compromise you. And that way they always had you by your balls.
And I think from my understanding, that's a theory of what this island was.
Yeah.
And Epstein might have been, he himself was compromised, so he was doing all this. I don't know. Nothing surprises me anymore.
No, it doesn't. The world's gone mad.
Ancient Chinese puzzle box. Do you know what that is? I've seen like little boxes.
Finger trap.
I know what that is. I've seen little boxes and they move, like there's little pieces that slide.
Okay.
But they only go like in a couple of different directions. And it's one of those things that's like, well, how the fuck are you supposed to open this box?
I've never seen a box like that.
Have you seen Shanghai Noon? Or it might have been Nights.
I've seen them, but I don't remember them.
Okay, well, Jackie Chan had a box at one point that he had open. And he had to figure out how to open it. But fucking Owen Wilson just fucking broke it open. And then he got the message out. Just a piece of paper with a bunch of scribbles on it. It's Chinese! He takes it from him. Yeah. Okay, anyways.
Those are great shows. That and like Rush Hour.
Those movies are incredible. Now I want to go back and watch the third one because of Ujio. Yeah, Sonata, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He played his brother. And he was actually really good at it.
I forgot about it.
Yeah, that third one's the worst, but it had the funniest moment ever. When they were fighting in that dojo, and there's a 7-foot Chinese guy, and they were both fighting him, and Chris Tucker tries to hit him with something, and he catches it. He goes, oh, funny black man. It is the funniest moment in all three movies. And I like the bad guy.
Yeah. Well,
not as much as I like the bad guy in the first one.
Yeah, that was Tom Wilkinson.
Yeah, God rest his soul.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, I don't got anything else. It was fun.
I did write down that the World's Fair, they go to where the World's Fair was hosted in Gotham.
Yeah.
That comes back in some other animated works in this.
The World's Fair, okay.
Yeah, so the World's Fair, you have the big globe, and the World's Fair banner. Well, I was going to say, but The Mask of the Phantasm, that film. Yeah. Their animated film. That features prominently.
The World's Fair. Or
the Gotham World's Fair.
Sculpture?
Well, that location.
Okay. All right. Cool. At least they have a canon way of...
Oh, yeah. I remember that. We'll use that again.
Yeah, they canonize kind of the geography of it, at least. But yeah, no, it was just a fun episode. Robin didn't annoy me. It was just great. Anyways, guys, I think that's it. If you want to support this channel, leave a comment down below. If you don't want to wait till next week, check us out on Patreon. We're out of here.